Good afternoon. So Walkabout Resources, you can see from the photo there on the front cover, we've started work on site. So we're about to set upon raising 40 million US in debt, and we're going through this process and have been for the last few months to put this development project into production. Normal disclaimer. So if you look at the positives, the highlights from our project, graphite project in South East Tanzania, we have just under 18% reserve grade, very high life of mine reserve grade of graphite. We have, this is based on 40,000 tonnes per annum for 24-year mine life. The DFS has been completed a long time ago now, and it is a very profitable operation. The flake size is the other great attribute, and that's 75% of our product is above 180 micron. We think also that if you run down the positives, there are very positive signs coming for the graphite pricing, and we believe that although Tanzania's had its issues, that there are positive signs in Tanzania, certainly with the settlement of Barrick and the Tanzanian government. So in terms of logistics and location, you can see that we're down there 200 kilometres from the port of Mtwara. Very good infrastructure, very good roads, and you can see from that front photo that very good ground conditions. We've really gone about in this process of looking for finance in reducing the risk for the project. We obviously the very high grade. We have very large margins to our product when we sell it. We've got very low capex of 28 million US. We're only producing 40,000 tonnes per annum, so we're not flooding the market with product. Very good DFS numbers. MPV of just under 200 million. We've got binding offtake agreements with the Chinese. We've got non-binding as we get closer to production that become binding with the Germans for our expandable product. We've got a very strong EPC contract partner in China, in Jingpong, where we have equipment sitting there in their warehouse ready to go. A small experienced team, been in Africa for many years, used to issues like the Tanzanian issues and working through them. We have a very good relationship with the Tanzanian government. Snapshot of the company, we're around about 68 million market cap. We've got 4 million cash in the bank. Very strong, stable share register, and there's a photo of our groundwork that's been completed. I don't normally dwell on the market, but it seems to be the elephant in the room because no one seems to give much credence to graphite, and it's a poor cousin certainly in the EV space. But this was based on a study done by Benchmark specifically for our fundraising, and it's an independent analysis of the graphite market with Walkabout's position in it. You can see that there the trend is exponential in the growth of and demand for graphite. You can see the ticks in the box for Lindi Jumbo Walkabout Graphite. It ticks many of the boxes in terms of end use. Down the left-hand column, the size of the flake, and across the top in the various uses of graphite. In terms of the analysis that was done by Benchmark independently, they came up with we are the second highest margin company in the market, and on every analysis we are well positioned in terms of our cost of production and the margins that we'll be receiving for our product, and in terms of the flake size distribution and ability to sell it. Again, they did some analysis on pricing. You can see that it's flat lined. You can see the four lines above and two below the thick red line are the prices of our four different products, and the thick red line is the average basket price that we receive for our goods, and that's the number we've used in the DFS. You can see it's coming off a little bit, but Benchmark are very comfortable with our pricing. There's been sensitivity analysis done on the model, and we still remain very profitable operation when in production. So in terms of the Lindi Jumbo Graphite project that we're trying to get into production, we're very confident that we've de-risked this project and that it will remain very profitable. We're very sure of the markets. We've done a lot of work in China, and I'm sure that as analysts grab onto the graphite story, if they actually go to China and they do some analysis on the actual market, they'll find that there is a market. It's not opaque, it is a spot market, just like other commodities. We all had those issues with mineral sands years ago, being spot price, and no one could work out how you made any money. So this will be certainly an outlier, and it probably won't be expected that one day we'll wake up and there's a deficit of graphite in the world. This particular slide shows that the distribution and pricing of our product. You can see that we have, as I mentioned, 75% above 180 micron. They are current prices that were established, and that gives us our average basket price. You can actually go to online, you can go to markets, 2 different markets, and the traders in China, and there is a good indicator of all the current prices of those flake sizes and the concentrate grade. We produce a concentrate grade of 95 to 97%, and there is a pricing based on spot prices of the contracts from the month before. We're in our development strategy where we're ready to go. We have outsourced. It's a small team at Walkabout. We have an office in Dar es Salaam and a team there, but we have an outsourced model with all these contractors and all the parts to the equation ready to go once we have the financing. In terms of geology, we haven't lost control and drilled this thing completely out to make our MPV enormous. We've drilled out a reasonable 5 million tonnes of just under 18% based on 40,000 tonnes per annum production for 24 years. Once that's in the market, you can see from this we only have 37% of measured and indicated resource in the reserve category, so we have enormous potential and obviously a long strike to increase our resource reserve. It's an incredibly simple operation. It's a quarry. The colours of that open pit show the mining schedule, and we go down to about 70 metres in 24 years. So open pit, very, very distinct zones. We're mining very high grade from day one. Simple processing. We've done a lot of metallurgical work to get this right. It's a simple crushing, grinding, flotation where a lot of the flake falls out in the beginning, so we don't have any of the problems with the slimes that some others have. We've got very strong partners in terms of our metallurgical work and the work we've done with Jingpong and Begram in Beijing. We're very confident of the product that we can produce. As I've mentioned before, we're very confident that there is a demand for our product, and we think that there'll be exponential growth, especially into the expandable market of China and into Europe. Just very quickly, that's our early start. We're already underway. We've spent money, we've manufactured equipment, and we're earth moving and underway. That's our schedule. From financing, we'll be producing in less than 12 months. Thank you very much.